So my name is Verena, for those of you that don't know me. I'm currently a senior at Baruch, so I'm studying business. I'm doing economics. So I'm just going to be talking to you guys today a little bit about the college application process. So I went through it not too long ago, so I just have a few tips and advice that would help you just make sure that you're getting on top of everything and staying on top of everything throughout the school year. So just a quick overview of what our agenda will be like today. We're going to talk about levels of education, different ways to get your degree, an overview of a few popular colleges and programs that you can participate in, and then we're going to go into a little bit of detail about each application process to try to cover basically everything that you guys might need. And then afterwards, we're going to essays. So obviously this is a really big transition for you guys, high school to college. You're probably thinking like, where do I want to go? What do I want to do with my life? So these are all really normal questions, and feel free to talk to any one of us about it, and we'll be more than happy to help you out. So a lot of you guys might be debating about whether to go into a program or to get your bachelor's or an associate's. So you can go through an associate's degree, which is a 2-year program in a variety of different fields. And then later on, once you graduate from that associate's degree, you can go on and complete another 2 years and get your bachelor's. Another way to do it is by getting your bachelor's degree. This is the most common. It's a 4-year undergraduate program in whatever type of career that you choose. And then afterwards, they're available in arts, in sciences, in business administration, fine arts, architecture, and so on and so forth. And then if you decide you want to pursue a higher level education, you could decide to do a master's. So master's also can be obtained in any types of career fields. And then if you want to pursue that even further, you can pursue a doctorate degree, which is something that could also be a potential for you guys going into college right now, because some colleges actually have programs. So that's the overview of like the degree levels. So there are different ways to obtain those levels. So you can go through a traditional route. So traditional route, straight out of college, apply to be like a bachelor's or an associate, do that 4 years, 2 years, and then continue on, go to grad school or get a job, and then and continue on your life from there. But let's say you want to be a doctor, or you want to be a pharmacist, or you want to be an accountant, and you want something that's more combined. So you can get like your MD right after, or like there's like a combined program that gives your MD, or a combined program that gives your PharmD, or your CPA license to be an accountant. You can go through a program. So programs start after high school. And there's select colleges that have these programs available. We're going to go into a few of them in depth in a little bit. And it's easier for people that already know, like, I want to be a doctor, or I want to be a pharmacist, or I want to be an accountant, and they straight away want to go into that, and they don't want to waste any time. Usually these programs cut about a year or two off the normal process. Like if, for example, if you wanted to be a doctor, you have 4 years of undergrad, then maybe like a year in between where you're working, getting your applications together, and then you do another 4 years of med school. So that's like 9 years or 8 years. So if you go into a program, it might cut it down into 7 years or 6 years, depending on what program you go through. So oftentimes these are great ways for you to just accelerate your career, graduate early, and jumpstart into the workforce. Is everyone with me so far? Any questions? Okay. So going straight into a few of the schools available, we have CUNY. So I go to CUNY right now. I'm at Baruch College. It's a CUNY. So CUNY stands for the City University of New York, and it's a network of universities. It has very low tuition rates in comparison to other schools out there, like private schools. And each CUNY has a huge array of different majors. Each CUNY is also most well known for certain majors. We're going to talk about that in a little bit as well. And if you have really high grades and a high SAT score, you can also apply to be Macaulay Honors. And Macaulay Honors is its own college that is available. It's sort of like a program that's available in each CUNY that you can get full tuition, a laptop, and money to study abroad or to use towards your educational purposes. CUNY also has different graduate programs. So in the future, if you want to pursue a master's or a graduate degree, you can actually go to the CUNY grad school. So a few options in CUNY. So I mentioned that I'd be discussing what each school is good for in depth. So these are a few of the CUNYs that are out there. You have Queens College. It's most well known for education, for psychology. They have a speech pathology program that you guys might be interested in. York College is really well known for its health and sciences program. City College is well known for engineering, and they also have a sub-college within them, which is called Sophie Davis. Sophie Davis is, it's a med school, so once you graduate, you apply to Sophie Davis School of Sciences, and if you get in, it's a 6-year program, and you graduate and you have your MD, pretty much. So it's a really great way, once again, to accelerate your career, and if you know you want to be a doctor, you can apply to Sophie Davis, and it will put you straight on that path. Baruch is where I go. It's really well known for business and for accounting, and you can graduate CPA eligible, which is your accounting license. They have an accounting program there as well. Brooklyn College is well known for psychology. They have a medical program, as well as they're also really well known for accounting. Hunter is well known for digital media, journalism, and they have a nursing program. And John Jay is well known for criminal science, criminal justice, and law. So very similar to CUNY is SUNY. So SUNY stands for the State University of New York. And CUNY, while it's inside only the 5 boroughs, mainly in the New York City metropolitan area, the State University of New York is part of the entire state, like Buffalo, Albany, all the way like upstate. And they have also Binghamton, which is upstate as well. So these are a collection of colleges in all of New York State. They also have lower tuition rates than private colleges, but their tuition rates are a little bit more expensive than CUNY, which is the city university. And they're not associated with CUNY at all. They're their own separate entity. So a few colleges that they have are Stony Brook, which is all the way out in Long Island. They have a biomedical engineering program. Also Binghamton University is well known for business and for psychology. The University of Albany has a medical program, and the University of Buffalo is well known for pharmacy, law, PA program, and engineering as well. So moving right along into private colleges. So there's a lot of private colleges that are really popular within the church, one of them being St. John's. So briefly going to go over what St. John's has to offer. They have a pharmacy program, which is 6 years, as well as a PA program, which is 4 years. And they have a pre-law track, and as well as a graduate law school. And they also have business functions such as finance, marketing, and they have a combined undergraduate and master's degree in business as well. A few other private schools, there's NYIT. They have a DO program. We do have a few people in church doing their DO program. They have a physician's assistant program, a physical therapy program. Adelphi is really well known for dentistry and for nursing and for social work. Long Island University, LIU, is well known for pharmacy, for nursing, and for physical therapy. And there are out-of-state schools all over the country, but a lot of these out-of-state schools require dorming and a lot of expenses. So there's always like a cost benefit to any school that you go to that you'd have to discuss with your parents. So we're going to go quickly over the application process now. So how many of you guys are in 11th grade? 12? I mean, is it 12th and 11th? Yeah, 12? Okay, so the majority are in 11th. So you guys are still taking your SATs right now, right? Who's actually applying to college right now? Okay, so a fair amount of you guys. So before you apply to college, obviously you have to go to your guidance counselors and you have to check in with your college advisors, because each school has a very different requirements. Each high school has different requirements, because your guidance counselors are going to be the ones submitting information to these colleges. So your guidance counselors will have different deadlines depending on when they want the information from you. So what I'm going to discuss right now is the application process in general, like when CUNY applications are due, when SUNY applications are due, so on and so forth. But you need to check in with your guidance counselors and with your college career counselors to make sure like each school deadline, like each high school deadline, because they're all very different. So we talked about the City University of New York, CUNY. So the City University of New York, their website is up in front of you. The general deadline to apply, general deadline meaning like not for Macaulay, not for any programs. You just want to go in as a general student. is February 1st, but it is rolling. So the faster you get it in, the better off you'll be. So it has a $65 application fee for 6 colleges, and you get to rank them in order of which ones you want the most. So if you really want to go into medicine, you might put Hunter College, and then you might put Brooklyn because they have a medical, like really good medical school, and you could put like all the colleges that you want first, from like best, from like the one you want most to the one you want least. And you'll be considered for each and every single one of them. Like come March or May, when you're going to be receiving your acceptances, God willing, you'll receive acceptances from all 6 of them. And then they're from Macaulay honors, so if you have good SAT scores, a high GPA in school, and you want to apply to the honors college, the deadline is going to be December 1st. And there's a chart over here with a few deadlines for the different programs. You need to make sure that you have all of your application material ready way in advance, so that come the day of, you're not struggling to bring to submit it, and God forbid if the internet crashes or something like that, you have everything there and you have submitted it way in advance. And oftentimes a lot of these programs ask for recommendations. So my brother's going to be talking about recommendations in a little bit. And in order to have these recommendations, you have to ask way in advance as well. So you need to prepare and you need to have everything set up. The application for CUNY continued. So you have to, before you register for CUNY, you have to register on the CUNY portal. And in order for you to get access to the CUNY portal, there's a website right there, and you need to register as an applicant. So once you register as an applicant, you just follow through on the website, and through that portal, you're going to be submitting all of your application material. So moving to State University of New York. So State University of New York, a lot of SUNYs are available on the Common App, and we're going to talk about the Common App in a little bit. So when I was in high school, a lot of my counselors told me, do not apply to SUNY using your Common App. Apply to SUNY using the SUNY application, because in that way it's $50 per SUNY, and there's no limit to how many you can apply. And also speak to your counselors, because for us, they told us that it's best to apply through the SUNY app so that our applications do not get mixed up and it goes straight to the SUNY Processing Center. So make sure you check in with your guidance counselors, see if they have the same policy, because this is why it's, once again, so important to keep in touch with all of your high schools. So you must also send in your SAT and ACT scores electronically through all of their respective websites, and you need to also set up Parchment. Do you guys all have to set up Parchment? Parchment? No? Parchment is a website where before your guidance counselors used to submit your transcripts by mail, but now this is like an online website where your guidance counselors can submit the transcript through. So once again, check in with your guidance counselors, because this is what it depends on each school. So if your school's more advanced, more technologically inclined, they might use Parchment. If not, and they still want to submit it by mail, you're going to have to provide them with envelopes and stamps to do that. So once again, check in with your school.